Okay, so when you're doing mindfulness of feelings, then, sometimes you have physical feelings, sometimes you have mental feelings. So our feelings are not all pleasant, sometimes they are unpleasant. We have unpleasant mental feelings, unpleasant physical feelings. The way that we have traditionally dealt with unpleasant feelings is because we have attachment to pleasant ones and aversion to unpleasant ones, is to get away from whatever we consider to be the cause of the unpleasant feelings as fast as we can. Okay? So if our knee hurts, we want to move our foot, If our mind is confused, we think, going somewhere else will change it. So we need, what this practice of mindfulness is doing is saying, sit there with what you feel and observe it and distinguish what is the raw physical sensation, in the case of pain, from the physical, the unpleasantness of it, the unpleasant feeling. Discriminate these, discern the difference between the two. Okay, because what usually happens is we have a feeling, we put the unpleasantness and the feeling together, and then immediately go to, I've got to get out of here. Yeah, but instead that's our usual way, and we don't learn anything from that. So sit there with it, and look, and okay, well, what is the raw physical sensation? What is the unpleasant feeling? And then how is my mind relating to this? Yeah, and is my mind making up a story about this? So instead of immediately this is unpleasant, I've got to change the circumstance, sit and observe the unpleasantness and say to yourself, why do I say this is unpleasant? Or why do I say this is painful? Yeah, what is it that makes this unpleasant? What is it that makes it painful? And this is very interesting to watch, especially with your body. Yeah, and then with your mental moods, because your moods will go all over the place. When you're in a bad mood, you stay on that cushion and you watch that bad mood, and what is the mental unhappiness? And how is my mind reacting to that mental unhappiness in a way that creates more mental unhappiness? And what was the cause of that mental unhappiness? What prompted it? It didn't come without a cause. What prompted it? Okay? So, I really encourage you to stay on that cushion. Unless you're going to pee or throw up right there, or unless you really don't have the strength to sit up because you're completely dizzy, try and stay on that cushion and observe what your experience is. And learn to discern the difference between the body and the mind, and between a sensation, a physical sensation, and a feeling, and a physical feeling and a mental feeling. And why do I call something pleasant? Why do I call it unpleasant? And be aware of, how do I react to pleasant feelings? How do I react to unpleasant feelings? Because wherever we go, whatever we do in our life, we're going to have unpleasant feelings. This is the nature of samsara. As long as we're under the influence of ignorance, afflictions, and karma, we will have unpleasant physical and mental feelings. So the question becomes, what are these feelings? How do they operate? What causes them? How do they in turn cause other things? So try and understand them, and through the understanding, you'll learn how to work with them. Whereas if we just react to an unpleasant feeling, knee-jerk, boom, I've got to do this, or a pleasant feeling, knee-jerk, boom, I've got to do that to get more of it, then we're never free. We're always under the control of our afflictions. Yeah? And our inauguration, they talked about freedom. And real freedom is this freedom inside, to be free from our ignorance and our afflictions. Okay? So we have to put in hard work to gain that freedom. Yeah? And so we have to be able to sit and watch things and know that whatever we experience is not going to kill us. You know, you're not going to die on the cushion. I hope. I mean, we looked at all your applications. We accepted you because you're in good health. You know, if you feel you're having a heart attack on the cushion, please say something to somebody. If you think you're having a stroke, say something, okay? But you know, I don't think you're really going to die on the cushion. Yeah, and if you did, what a wonderful way to die. Really, I read about one Burmese woman who was an incredible practitioner, and she died, she bowed down to the Buddha and died before she could stand up. And I thought, wow, what a wonderful way to die. You know? So, no, really use the opportunity that you have to gain understanding of your body and mind and feelings and phenomena. Yeah? So that instead of being ruled by them, you have some wisdom and can manage everything. And you can also have compassion for other people who are going through the same thing. Yeah. So when you're sitting there, it's like, I'm going to die on this cushion, I've got to get up! I got to get out of here as soon as possible! Then just look around and think, oh, all these other people who are sitting there, they're thinking the same thing. Are we all going to rush to the door simultaneously? Yeah? So whatever is going on, it's not just you. Yeah. Everybody here is under the afflictions and karma. Okay? So we can have compassion and tolerance for each other. Care for each other.